Winter comes somewhere, and time to talking about heaters. Today, let's talking about heater problems.
Patrick's Garage.
Grab your snack. Welcome back. Yes, number one problem will be leakage of heater, motor not working, blown heater, and leakage from heater also. Stink heater, my father works as a mechanic and he said me that they found small bird inside their heater and they can't figure it from where this horrible smell goes. By the way, Volvo, he working with new Volvos, but I'm working with my old Volvos in a garage. So and a story I want to tell you about my 940 series. Yes, a lot of stories related with 940 series, but this is was not so old car, less than 20 years, but my cars, my cars, my current cars 50 years old. This 100 for both. Yes, and this problem was with 940 series I bought, and I can't understand why carpet feet, driver feet, this area was really wet. And first, my thoughts was that leakage from where, without moonroof, this car was probably from windshield, and I can't figure it a lot of time. Then I decided to touch it. Was so strange. I can't realize what this, but later I guessed that this coolant, and my heater motor was really noisy, and this car, in traffic jams overheated. So my suspicions goes to that coolant system can't hold this not holds pressure. Pressure should be pressure. If there is no pressure in cooling system, it overheats, and if there is leakage, this system will overheat. This is true. That's for sure. So I ordered this heater radiator, small radiator for heater, and I replaced this heater, this, and so strange, I want to say yes, motor with WD-40 was greased, and motor so it not noisy, and this is switch also was broken, so I replaced this element for several speed, 5 speeds, correct me if I'm wrong, but 5 speeds was. And I want to say that I used this heater without AC. And can you guess? Yes, nothing wrong without this wetness on the windows. But I want to say, I remember when I worked as a driver, my Toyota, and one time I'm tried to turn off AC, but I can't see anything through the windows. It was the front window was wet here right after I turned off the IC. So you want to use both heater and IC climate control in modern cars, But so strange in my 940 series, heater can working without IC. Probably this system without filters. Yes, this system 940 series was without filters. Why the system without filters? 940 series, 840 series was with filter, but this front wheel drive car 850 850 840, I can't say exactly, but this since this model Volvo uses air filter for car interior, and from where this air goes to car interior, this air goes this grill, you notice this grill on the windshield, right under the windshield. So when you wiping this window, front window, this liquid, if this is a really stink liquid which you pour to wipers, all interior will stink, horrible stink, with alcohol, especially in winter now time. For winter, last winter I poured water, so this water was frozen all winter, and I can't wiping my front window. My 140 series Volvo I'm currently using, my 940 series I sold a lot of time ago, but I remember that these problems was with these cars, a lot of problems, especially with heater. So later this problem was solved with heater. I put new coolant to this system and radiator drain plug in radiator, 940 series. Also little drips to the earth. So I coat this plug with sealant, so without losses of pressure, without problems in traffic jams. Main thing for coolant system, coolant goes to the heater, without coolant inside the car, this heater not working. So thing is, you want to check pressure of your coolant system. First you want to check this. And one time my thoughts was to incorporate this filter to 140 series, but my doubts that I can't believe that this will be healthy, because of this system without AC, without air conditioner. I don't know, can I use a filter without air conditioner, and how air can go to the car interior, 72 year, my car, 140 series, without this filter and without these ways, airways, which goes to the rear window, like was made in 60s. So they decided to avoid this system, and they installed electric, these stripes which heated rear window. So they decided not to do these plastic ways to the rear window in 70s, but blowing motor exactly the same power. So this power will be enough to preheat rear window, but they decided to avoid this system in 70s. And what about heater valve? You can replace, you want to put, 140 series, 240 series, and even 740 series, 940 series. You want to install this valve for heater, this is different valves. 940 series valve to the heater, and 940 series, 740 series, different valve, different systems, coolant, cooling system, car interior, AC condition system. 140 series, I'm installed, from 740 series, the simple valve, and I connected this valve. This is really easy valve, but not so fancy, like it was in 940, in 69 Volvo and 72 year produced models. And one dangerous moment which I learned from another drivers, I want to say, you want to switch on your heater, especially in winter, and gradually heats this heater and gradually increases the temperature. This hot air goes to the windshield. If you noticed, this is cracks at the bottom side of windshield. Reason why they here, just because owner preheated their motor, and only after that. This is wrong. Never do this. This turn off the heater motor, and can you imagine what will be happen? A frozen window and hot air goes to the frozen window, and cracks will be on the window. So, how to avoid this dangerous situation, and how to avoid these losses, because window really expensive part, and replace not these procedures not so easy and cheap. You want always my heater motors turned on all the time, turned on. And when I turned off the ignition switch, this heater also will be turned off because it connected to the ignition lock. So, not to forget to turn on the blowing motor since you start the car. This always turned on, always. And I don't want to spoil front window with hot air, frozen window. Really afraid of hot air. Gradually nothing wrong. Gradually nothing wrong. With engine, you preheat the engine, you turn on the heater to the windshield. Nothing wrong. Gradually increases temperature and melted the ice and snow gradually. Or if your heater turned off, you simultaneously want to turn on the heater and turn on the engine to avoid hot air goes to the window, front window. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. Click the subscribe button and notifications bell, so that way you can be notified as soon as I upload new videos about car repairing.